Hey there everybody, welcome to the channel. If you're a returning viewer, then I am glad to have you back. It is good to see you again. And if you're new here, hopefully you'll see something that keeps you sticking around for a good long while. I'm your host, Doodleman149, and today we'll be taking a look at the final assault rifle we can unlock at launch, Germany's M13. This fully automatic assault rifle boasts a blistering 923 rounds per minute, while also having the lowest damage per shot for any weapon in the game aside from individual shotgun pellets, meaning that you'll need to land at least 5 shots in close range to the torso in order to get a kill. Despite the very high rate of fire, this weapon has extremely manageable recoil that leans almost entirely to the right with very little vertical climb. The M13 has a few unique attachments that we'll be seeing in both of these builds. Just as a fun fact, this was my buddy Freaky Haircut's first best assault rifle, and in my opinion, still his best weapon. Since this is going to be the final gun workshop for the assault rifle category, I'll next be making a compilation of all my favorite or unique builds for all the assault rifles. After that, I'll be hopping into the SMG category, so feel free to get your suggestions out there for that section. Now, let's get on to the close range build for this gun. For the closer range variant of the M13, I have something called the Breeze. This weapon will get you into and out of close quarters fights without the enemy ever knowing you're there. We start off in the barrel section with the Tempest Cyclone barrel to suppress our weapon and extend our range marginally. Next, we remove the stock for increased mobility while sacrificing some recoil control. We strap on the stippled grip tape for increased handling and reduced sprint out time. For the magazine section, I use the 300 blackout ammunition for a variety of reasons we'll get into soon. And I round the build off with the Merc 4 grip to reduce our vertical recoil and to decrease our hipfire spread when we need it. The Breeze is aptly named such as it helps you get in and out of hostile areas, killing enemies as you go without anyone really noticing. The Tempest Cyclone barrel has an integrated monolithic suppressor to keep us off the radar and slightly extend our range. Removing the stock may not be something everyone is comfortable with given the nerf it received in June, but bear with me however. The M13 has criminally low recoil as it is. The slight increase to this will barely be noticeable if you're controlling your weapon properly. The stippled grip tape remains a staple of many of my builds since it is simply the best rear grip attachment in the game. It will help you ADS faster, which will get you shooting at your target faster, which leads to them being dead faster. It's just a benefit all around. The 300 blackout ammo is something unique that I decided to try instead of just increasing the magazine size. This ammunition has no visible tracers when fired, meaning that if you miss shots on someone, they won't be able to see where those bullets were coming from. This is also helpful to keep other enemies from knowing where you are so that you won't get flanked or have someone camping a corner waiting for you. This does come with the downside of again increased recoil and the fact that the magazine size did not change at all, but I think it's worth using. The Merc 4 grip felt like the best choice for a close range build for this weapon as it helps counteract the recoil increase from removing the stock, and the hipfire boost is great in close quarters. To be honest, the Breeze is specifically designed around standard multiplayer, making it an excellent choice for that. In regards to ground war, aside from a few niche areas, this build is basically useless. Given this is almost an SMG build of an assault rifle, you would do better just using an actual SMG for Warzone instead of this build. The Microwave is the typical OP Warzone M13 setup that I'm sure all of you have seen before. It starts off with everyone's favorite muzzle attachment, the monolithic suppressor. For the barrel, I use the Tempest Marksman to extend our bullet velocity, range, and to reduce our vertical recoil. It's your basic long barrel, essentially. The TAC laser is used to help with our ADS speed mostly, although the added aiming stability helps in longer range fights as well. Next up, the VLK 3x optic makes an appearance yet again to visually engage further targets while slightly dampening our vertical recoil. The 60 round mags top off this build to allow us to deal with many enemies without reloading, or for dealing with the armored foes of Warzone. The Microwave is designed to take full advantage of the M13's high rate of fire and low recoil by stretching out its damage ranges to ridiculous distances. It lights enemies up quickly and effectively, hence the name. The monolithic suppressor and the Tempest Marksman barrel both boost the effective range of the weapon, making it a viable medium to long range choice despite the gun's very low damage profile. The TAC laser is typically swapped out for the Commando 4 grip on builds I've seen of this kind to further stabilize the weapon in full auto mode. However, I feel the ADS boost is sorely needed with this build, and the recoil stabilization from the Commando 4 grip isn't a must-have for me. The VLK 3x optic is really what allows this build to effectively stretch out the range by allowing you to better see your target, while also cutting down on recoil. The 60 round mags have never before been so necessary for a weapon. Typically, most people use 60 round mags in Warzone. However, given the M13's crazy high rate of fire, it may not feel like you have those 60 bullets since you'll be burning through them so quickly. That being said, keep an eye on your ammo reserves in Warzone since chewing through a clip then reloading can certainly be costly. The microwave can function just fine in standard multiplayer, however it really shines and shows off its best self in ground war and obviously in Warzone. After all my tests, these two builds definitely seem to be the best ones available for the M13. The Breeze emphasizes speed and stealth above all else, allowing for extremely aggressive play in standard multiplayer. The microwave really showcases how, even though this weapon is very low damage, it can certainly hit a great deal of its low damage bullets out to an impressive range. Overall, I like this weapon. It doesn't particularly shine for me in any specific way, since even with its high rate of fire, its time to kill isn't particularly impressive. I've killed plenty of M13 users with my SCAR despite it having a much slower fire rate. All in all, I would definitely recommend trying this weapon out if you haven't. The low damage definitely takes some getting used to, but once you have, you'll see just how effective this gun can be in the right hands. It certainly isn't a weapon for everyone. Much like the FR556, it is a high-skill weapon. Just one that requires a different set of skills. Attention, freaky haircut. If you're listening, I really think you should give the game another go and perhaps stick to this weapon. It's your OG god gun, and I really feel like once you stopped using this for more meta weapons, you started not doing as well. Just reconsider before you put down the game for good. And with that, I thank you very much for making it to the end of the video. If you liked what you saw and heard, feel free to give me a thumbs up using that button down there. If you want to hear more from me, that subscription button is just begging to be pressed as well. And if you think people you know might benefit from this, be sure to share it and spread the word. I appreciate your time and really hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you're having a good day, and I hope your week is awesome as well. This has been Doodleman149. I look forward to seeing you next time, and I will see you later.